All right. Shalom, Israel. This is the ISUPK coming out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohana. I'm Officer of 1,000 Lahagun. We're coming to you live out of here from Huntsville, Alabama, ISUPK, Alabama, on the way. This is the ISUPK law class today. All right. And the purpose of these law classes and stuff is to teach you the purpose of this stuff, to teach you what the reason the Most High does what he does. And if you know anything about this Bible, you in this truth, you know the most important part about that Bible is the law. That's the life of the Bible. That's what connects every part of it from Adam all the way back to the end, to Christ getting crucified. All of it is connected. There's a reason for it. It's before, matter of fact, anybody can tell me what the reason for any law that they had. Can anybody tell me? For any law ever made, rules, stuff like that. What'd you say, bro? Structure. Okay. What you would say?
Keep things in order.
Order. That's a good one.
So like I would say, culture. So that's how you do that.
Culture. Yeah. All those are correct answers. That's the reason for it. And the one word y'all left out there is for protection. The laws the Most High gave us is for our protection. He's not telling you to put your hand on your nose and spin in a circle, or go jump off a cliff, or do. He's telling you simple things that benefit you in your day-to-day walk in this hellhole we in. You have to understand where we are, who is against us, the principalities that you cannot see is working against you. And he knows what they're doing. He's able to see what they're doing and prevent it if you do what he tells you. So you got to look at this book more of an instruction manual to get to what you want. You know, everybody has something they want to have one day, right? This book tells you follow what's in this book, you can have that righteously. You know, whatever you want. But we always been told all the lies. It's a white man's book. It's not for us. This been transliterated, this, that. Instead of actually trying to actually live it. And that's the one thing that Blacks, Hispanic, Native Americans have never done, no matter what anybody tells you. We have never followed the Bible. We have never as a whole followed what this book's saying. We put the part of it that we like, took out the rest, and then got rid of it. And then we wonder why stuff go wrong, right? First one we're gonna pull. Give me Proverbs 28 and 9. Start with that one now. This is one we got to get understood. This was misunderstood that got our people lost right now. We got to start with that one. Let me know when you get that. Because this churches has us thinking that we can do lip service for God. And that's what's happened to our people. Him gave us this law. He gave you something actually to go and do. It actually gives you life. That's why I say it's the life, because it gives you life and something to look out for, to be against every day of your life, because you can wake up that morning and choose to do a sin, not even realize it, if you're not knowing what's going on. And you get punished for these sins, whether you know it or not, because you're supposed to want to know who your God is. All right, you got it?
So Proverbs
28 and 9. 28 and 9.
Proverbs 28, verse 9. He that turneth away his ear from hearing the law.
Right. So when it means somebody turn away their ear from the law, that's literally what they have. People like, man, I don't want to hear that, man. What you mean we ain't celebrating it? What you mean you can't eat that? I'm a grown man. I'm a grown woman. You know, that's how people think. And it's like they're literally turning their ear from it. They don't want to hear it. It sounds like it's so preposterous for me to tell you, don't eat that. Don't sleep with this man's woman. Don't leave your woman because you're tired of her. Don't leave your husband because you're tired of him. That's in the law. But it sounds crazy, and they turn their ear from it. They want to do what they want to do. All right, so this is what happens with that. Go ahead.
Come. Even his prayer shall be abomination.
Even his prayer shall be an abomination. Now, what's the first thing you ask yourself when you live in this place called America? What's the first thing? If I'm telling you that God don't answer the prayer of a sinner, what's the first thing you're usually gonna come up in somebody's mind? What you think? Just anybody. What you think?
I'm gonna say God hates the sinner. God hates the sin and not the sinner. In the Christian church.
Yeah, but like, what would you question? Like in your mind, like, well, hold up, you know what I'm saying? What would you think? Like, when I first heard that, I'm like, why the hell thinks he got $1 billion? That's what I thought. When I was in the world, I first heard this scripture, I was worried about, okay, well, he a sinner. He don't follow this, right? He got this. She doing this, she got that. That's the trap that's set up for us. So like I said, I should have told you that sister too by covering the head. That's my fault. So like, yeah, good work. Hey, good job, Warrior. Good job. Oh yeah. But Yeah, so that's the key. That's the first thing you think about. That's one of the reasons Jake in the Word can't get this book. It's telling you he's not listening to the prayers of a sinner, but you see sinners prosper. You see them with their money and the cars and everything you think you want. And you like, okay, well, something ain't adding up. Let's get to what he did. Let's get, give me that raised he up in Romans. Hold that. My favorite, drop that, give me Romans, the 10th chapter. Where you're talking about Pharaoh. So you can understand. When the key to this is understanding how the Most High work. All right? You know what I'm talking about? Romans, the 10th chapter, where I raised thee up. So like, it's, where I have raised thee up for Salakia. For this purpose, I have raised thee up. Let me get it here. It's in the book of Romans there.
Romans chapter 9, verse 17.
9:17. That's it. Good job. Yeah, we get there for Romans chapter 9 and 17. Because this is why the Most High went to Pharaoh, had Moses ask him, can you let my people go? This is how he plays with his enemies. He plays with them like that, right? So this is what he did to Pharaoh. Read that for me.
Romans chapter 9, verse 17. For the scripture said unto Pharaoh, even for this same purpose have I raised thee up.
Right. Go up one chapter. Go up one verse above that.
Romans 9, verse 16.
Mm-hmm.
So then it is not of him
right.
that willeth,
right,
nor of him that runneth.
Right. Understand something. These people don't have the power. They're not no smarter than us. They're not doing nothing greater than you. He's setting them up because they chose an evil route that we're not clear. They're Illuminati, whatever you want to call it. They're not in here. And they got that. So the good part about knowing the truth, when you see that, you know what's evil going on. There's no doubt about it. The Most High made a little sanctuary for us to notice. That's why he made the ISUPK, for people to be able to understand. When you see amazing things going on, you understand, but ain't of God, something going on. And eventually it comes out. The good thing about the internet, everything coming out. You cannot be standing on nothing today and nobody try. If you have some hidden dirt, it's gonna come out. That's the beautiful part about this time we in. There's nothing hidden. So you cannot get caught up in certain stuff because these celebrities are always getting exposed. And that's why people are getting caught up in voting and process. You want to say something?
Like I was gonna say that, like Dalai Lama.
Oh man, I'm about to throw up talking about this dude. I really was like, that was crazy, man. Like, and that's an example of stuff coming to light. Because imagine how comfortable he was doing that in front of all them people. So imagine if that little boy was in the room by himself, which you know what happened. He's so comfortable in his lust. He's just sitting there. Nobody ever checked something or got on him, man. That's how it go. And that happens every time with just stuff you're trying to hide. You know what I'm saying? But somebody that's trying to quit smoking. Let's say you go around people and you're trying to hide your smoking. If you smoke on a regular basis, you're gonna end up around them people long enough. Like beautiful stuff like the Passover. Let's say you're at the Passover with brothers and you got a smoking demon on you. That demon gonna come out because you can't be around your brothers that long. So that's how that works. It's gonna eventually come out of you. Whatever lust you around the people around you long enough, you don't fix that. The Most High got a way of exposing you. He wants to do that to the enemies. But the problem with that is happening to us. And the reason for that, because we have joined with them, we following their laws. You know what I'm saying? We more worried about, whatever rule they pulling up, whatever bill they coming up with, that's destroying us daily. We don't want to do that instead of following what the Most High gave us. So yeah, finish that off for me.
But of God that showeth mercy. Verse 17.
Mm-hmm.
For the scripture said unto Pharaoh, even for this same purpose have I raised thee up, that I might show my power in thee.
Right. You got to understand the Most High you're dealing with. This is all about this is about His glory. He want to show you how perfect He set this up for you. He want to show you how perfect He set up the kingdom that's coming. We can't even imagine how the kingdom of heaven is going to be. So He's giving you this instruction manual to show you. Understand, I'm the one that did that. Right. Like it's okay for God to be. I guess if I was saying it, it would be vain. I'm not God. Right. It's okay for Him to think that He is the Most High God. Right? You can't question His righteousness, how He's doing it, especially when it's in your favor. Right. That's the part I don't get about our people, is it's in our favor, and we fight it more than the people that's against. Right. If He would have gave this to them, they would have took it. Right. and just accepted it. And look, we have a room full of people here where we go. You know what I'm saying? But with our people, we want to be stiff necked. I ain't God chosen people. You know what I'm saying? See how that's how they come at us. Like, no, that's not us. You don't want to be God chosen people. You don't want to fight for something that was stolen from you. That's how broken our people them come. And that's what's going on with us, man. That's what we got to keep going. Or keep going with that.
That I might show my power in thee.
Right.
And that my name might be declared throughout all the earth.
Right, through all the earth. That's your goal on this plane we at right now. And you'll get whatever you want. The stuff we want is minuscule to what the Most High is actually trying to give us. And that's why these laws are important. We have to have brotherhood and sisterhood. The basic skills that's given in this thing concerning brotherhood. Do you understand that the Most High showed us brotherhood by putting the law so we can read it? Right. You know, originally, it wasn't like that, right? It was passed down through generations. Starting with Adam on down. That's how Noah knew what clean animals to put on the ship. The law was around before Moses. But we was messing up. We was doing wicked things. We was getting caught up in the stars too much. We was getting caught up in whatever going on that day. That's exactly what we're doing right now. That's what we were doing. So he had to put it on paper. That's brotherhood he showed us where he didn't have to do that. We could have been wandering around here going death after death till he got tired of it and just made some other species of people. But he's striving with us. Right. And that's the brotherhood. You have to understand you serve a living God. The God you serve, he can be your brother today and he can turn your enemy tomorrow. It's not a stalemate where it's set where you get in just because you black or just because you say I love Jesus. It's an action thing. And if our people don't understand, that's why we're dying every day. We say I love Jesus, and you go like this Sunday, a bunch of sucker men with the church putting suits on and think they just serve God for you. I'm good for the year. I just put my suit, I just gave to wear my stack, my 10% to the pastor. I'm good. You know, that's not how that works. This is a hard striving thing that you're gonna understand when you get it, what you're really working for. All right. You finish that off for me? All right, cool. Let's get give me Ecclesiastes 8 and 9. All right. And this next we're gonna get into here is really important of why our people cannot follow the law. We have to stop thinking about and stop worrying about when the Most High gonna judge somebody. That's what hurts us was us following the God's law a lot too. You see somebody prosper. You got that? Go ahead.
8 and 9.
Yeah.
Come. It's Ecclesiastes chapter 8, verse 9. All this have I seen and applied my heart unto every work that is done under the sun. Right. This is King Solomon breaking down something he knows. King Solomon was rich enough and powerful enough to tour the earth to see why people did what they did. That's why he was able to examine things, examine people, examine why they're doing things. All right. Go ahead. Come. There is a time wherein one man ruleth over another to his own hurt. Right. Saying it's going to be a time where one brother over another just to make yourself feel better. Mm-hmm. You know, a lot of this stuff is about all those feelings. Mm-hmm. That's the part that the Christian church has destroyed us with. Everything is about how we feel that day. Right? Go ahead.
That's kind of like what you give me organizations that's outside of the truth, right?
Exactly.
Everybody want to be over you just so I can have that.
Right. Worry about rank and stuff like that. Now, UPK rank is earned and it's deserved. You know what I'm saying? It should be appreciated, but it's not the key to what we're doing here. That's earned through you genuinely want to put the work, and nobody has to be here. Everybody chose this life, right? So that's what the beauty in of what you're gonna earn is something you don't really have to do. You go on with your spirit. And a lot of brothers out there fighting that spirit and they get killed. You know, or they're losing on a regular basis. They don't know why. And they pass by them crazy niggas on the corner, thinking crazy because you don't want to put the blunt down. You know, the Most High trying to deal with you and bring you in. That's usually how they go. You know what I'm saying? With our men and our women, it's a fight regularly. We are just naturally like that. You know what I'm saying? That's why he had to give us these laws. He had to tell us that we have to gather together. You know, there was a reason that the Passover is a commandment. Think about what we just experienced at the Passover. That was a commandment. There's people that you're not gonna see till next year. So I know it's y'all first one. You won't see them again till next year, and you're gonna love them every time you see. That's a commandment, man. We had to do that, and that was a beautiful thing. That's what the Most High knows about his people. Some people might just not have came. If you ain't gotta go, it's not mandatory. Most High said you have to be here. That's a commandment. And did anybody not just feel great? He made you have to go feel great. That's what we are. That's what they've done to us. If that's not an order. it could have been an excuse not to be there. You know what I'm saying? That's what that law does. That law brings us together. Us being together and being brothers, knowing I'm not gonna mess with your wife. You know I'm not gonna touch your child. That's not in the earth. People don't realize this. You don't people out here that call their homeboys, they don't trust each other for real. They will not lead them certain places. And most time they do, guess what? Something does happen. So he's justified in that distrust. And that's something that's needed. And the law does that. Knowing that this brother cannot do this, so he got to get brought to counsel. He got to go stand before his brothers and explain why he did this. He can't just do it and get away. That's why all them gangs don't have the gangs and the Black Panthers and all that. They didn't have the law of God. They didn't have that you can't do this, you can't do that, you have to go do that. They had Black Power, white man the devil. That's all they had. Right. It was good spirit. Right. It's a scripture. It's spirit and in truth. You got to represent this Most High in spirit and in truth. You born with a certain spirit. The spirit that everybody got right now, you had when you was born. It's either gonna be a laid back spirit that take action or take action that late. Wherever you are, that's how you are. That spirit resonated with this truth, right? So what you need with that? The truth. You know, like who here knows what an actual spirit, what a spirit is? What's the definition of a spirit? You think of a spirit, what's the first thing that comes to your mind?
I would say first thing that comes to my mind would be maybe a way that you act.
Yeah, break it down to one word. One word. It's close, but it's one word. Go ahead, bro. What you got? Feeling. Feeling. That's close. That's close. One more. Wait.
So I'm gonna say a vibe.
A vibe. That's what I'm looking for. That's what that is. You ever been in a football game and them brothers go out there taking their shirts off in the freezing cold? You know what I'm saying? They got the spirit for that team. You know what I'm saying? That spirit comes from you knowing what you're trying to accomplish. They want to win a game that day. So you got to have a spirit for the Most High. Whatever he want to get, they don't know about the play call. They don't question the play callers of the team and all that. All they want to know if they won or they lost. That's how you got to be the Most High. Don't question every little play call, every law he put out there. Follow it and win. It's not that hard. I think in John 5th chapter, it says the laws are not grievous. Right. Get that for me. Get that John the 5th chapter. I think it's 5 and 3. I'm not mistaken. I think that's John chapter 5th chapter. And hold that 9:11 too if you could. So like I know I got you going back and forth. I think it's John 5 and 3.
First John chapter 5.
Yeah, read that first.
First John chapter 5.
This is 1 John chapter 5, verse 3. For this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous.
His commandments are not grievous, man. What does grievous mean? What's that?
I would say like they ain't hard, they're not tough, they're not like
that's it. It's not hard. It's not hard, man. But this place will destroy you to make you like that. You know, the scriptures say he's gonna have to stop this terror. It's gonna get so bad that it's gonna be hard on us. We can be in the truth all we want. It's gonna be hard. It's not gonna be easy on nobody. That's how bad this place has broken us down. It's just the laws he gave us is not hard. It's just we want to fight each other on. You know what I'm saying? We've been so used to doing something for so long. All right, you know what I'm saying? I'll go back to that Ecclesiastes 8 and 9. So, go ahead.
Before I came to the truth, I was talking to a fake Israelite about keeping commandments, right?
Right.
They were saying like man, they want you to keep the commandments because they want to have rule over you. They want to be legalistic with you. You know what I mean? Like they want to have power over you through the commandments. Right. But they don't understand that the commandments is what frees us.
Right.
I mean, this is how you get to live.
That's how you get to live. Right. A man just say he a free, but he just got all kind of pressure from putting gifts on this tree for Christmas. He had to be there for New Year's and put that suit on. He had to show up to every little Christmas party. He just had to go to Valentine's Day for a woman he probably hate, ain't need some counseling to deal with. You know what I'm saying? And he just did Easter. Right. He free. Right. Right. He free. He free. He probably mad about all the money he just spent. He'll tell you that we crazy. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of how they go, man. It's wild, and they don't understand that. They think they're free. They don't realize it's a monopoly game they play. That's dominoes, where they just hit one, they back here. You noticing what's going on here. You got to go back here and see who started that. And they sent back like, hey, buddy, God loves everybody. I don't know what's wrong with you guys. I gave you money, you know. Let you get your PPP on, you know, and stuff like that. They don't care, man. They don't. It's gonna show up this year coming up with all this election stuff coming up. The gloves coming off. So it might get just real carnal out there in that voting booth this year. But how they trying to really press us about that. You know, I wish our people just sit down and stay out of that, especially older women. You know, you can't even get a bottle of water. So if something happened, they're gonna run you. They're gonna run them over. They're gonna beat them like they did back in Selma. You know, they're trying to worry about voting for a devil that don't care nothing about. And hopefully they realize that before that. You know what I'm saying? Lord willing. I'll finish that off for me.
Ecclesiastes 8:9. Mm-hmm. All this I have seen and applied my heart unto every work that is done under the sun.
Right.
There is a time wherein one man ruleth over another to his own hurt.
Mm-hmm. Keep going.
And so I saw the wicked buried, who had come and gone from the place of the holy, and they were forgotten in the city where they had so done. This is also vanity. Right.
It's basically saying, what he's saying right there is people do all this stuff against the Most High on their own accord, and then you die and you're gone. Why not fight for something? People talk about generational curses, man. Generational curses is the only way for black. We got the money. We're not broke. Nobody in this room, I don't think, is broke. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. You know, so like, you know what I'm saying? That's not the issue. You know what I'm saying? We might not be rich, but we get some stuff done, right? So what's the issue? We don't know who we are. We're not coming together enough because we not got that solid root of where we come from. So we die. We generation after generation. Your child does not know. People are just now knowing about Israelites. You understand the time we in right now? This is clearly the last day. The girl I just had an appointment with, she's never heard of an Israelite. So imagine our lifestyle. Somebody never heard, but they heard of everything. Heard of Christian, Muslim, Buddha. You see this nigga in Timbuktu with a robe on, Buddha. You know what I'm saying? Under the Dalai Lama. This a dude. It's this nigga in the Dalai Lama. There's at least one in there. And he probably gonna come out of there now. Grandma finna call him. Talking about, come on home, boy. You know that man kissing the baby. But yeah, man. That's the main thing we gotta realize, is that they have thrown us off track about what we're supposed to be doing. And it was on purpose. It's in the scriptures. I think in Psalms 83, it said they became confederate. Funny they use that word. It said it was confederate against thee. They came together to make us know more of people. How you make somebody know more of people? They don't know who they are. They don't know is that commercial, that pork commercial was for them. That cigarette commercial was for them. We don't think we had more. When we call ourselves kings and queens, you know it just sounds artificial. Because we don't really think that. Because if you really thought you was great, you would believe God loved you that much. So where he would make something be in front of you to make you be sitting at home and looking at something. That's about you. We don't think like that. But we want to just, it's a false sense of confidence our people got. And that's why we so hurt every time something major happens. That's why we can't get past why police brutality is happening and why nobody in politics can help us and all that, why the church has failed us, because we don't want to get over that part. You know, God really is our Father. He really cares about what we're doing. He's going to punish us if we don't do what he say he's going to do. He's going to do what he say he's going to do if we don't do what he say to do, basically, right? Keep going with that. Should be on like 11 now.
Verse 11.
Right.
Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily.
Right. What you think that means when they say sentence executed against evil work is not executed speedily? Did you hear that?
I guess, I guess if you're doing something evil, like the repercussions don't come.
Right. Right. And that go back to that's what I'm saying. Our people think it's okay to go against God because somebody got more than them going against God. And that's a trap for us. And as a matter of fact, give me that trap. Let me get this for you. I'm gonna Deuteronomy, traps and snares in Deuteronomy. I just thought about this. Give me a second to pull this one up. Traps and snares. When he said he's gonna lead the people in the land of Canaan, if I'm not mistaken. I will it's a lock here. Traps and snares. You know what I'm talking about, not the shop.
It's like
I will lead thee in the land as traps and snares. I think it's in Deuteronomy or Joshua.
Joshua 23:13, I think.
Read it for me.
Know for a certainty that the Lord your God.
That's it. Read that for me. That's it. That's it.
I got it. Joshua chapter 23, verse 13.
Right.
Know for a certainty that Yahweh thy power will no more drive out any of these nations from before you. Right.
This is when they came out of the land of Egypt into the promised land. The Most High purposely left other nations of people there on purpose. This is the guys you need to understand you're dealing with. He's testing you. Everything is a test to make sure you're going to follow these laws. Think about this. We was in Africa for 1,500 years. We still to this day think we Africans. That's how much we got impression on being around them. We picked up all their habits, and you cannot tell a nigga with an uncle on his chest he's not an African right now. And and we weren't even supposed to be around them. But we mingled in with them instead of us becoming. They actually was jealous of us. That's why they sold us, right? So how come we came around them? We didn't influence them. They influenced us. You know what I'm saying? They ruled over us, and you know what I'm saying, made us mingle with they women. That's what they want. We didn't want that. That wasn't our culture. We was around them, but what I went back to saying, we was around them for so long. Probably had brothers sneaking to their birthday parties. That's coming out, and it eventually came out as a whole. That's how we was able to think about how spiritual that was slavery, man. Just think about all these people. You think a white man is able to come over there with a musket and just put them on there? We was lost. We was like confused about what was even going on to get that many people on that boat and make that happen. That wasn't just physical brute force. That was spiritual. That was you not knowing what you get yourself into. And we doing that right now. Now, they can't go into projects around these little young wild boys up, but they can get them another way. You know what I'm saying? It's a different time now. It's going to be a little different now. It's more mental now. But, yeah, man, it's a wild time. We can't overlook that. Read some, got some on that? Yeah, read it.
Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil. Right, because they know they're going to get away with it. You know what I'm saying? But in their heart, they think, well, he got away with it. He's doing that. You know what I'm saying? And that'll take people out the spirit. That'll take you out of spirit seeing that when you see your brother doing wrong, he's still prospering. And you like, I'm doing right and I'm suffering. That's your test. That's how important you are. The Most High picked on Job. He didn't do nothing wrong. Well, why wouldn't you go through no problems? Why wouldn't you suffer for this truth? You know, he's trying to give you everything you want. So you're going to be a pressure on your family, your job, everything you got going on. You got to be willing to lose it. If it got something to do with you putting your guard down. Because it's happened long enough. You know, we put him down long enough and got everything else and we still got nothing. So, you know, like one thing Trump did say, what else you got to lose? You know what I'm saying? Come on, join the Most High. Join your God. You know, I campaign for the Most High all day. You know, that's how that's supposed to go, man. Yeah, understand that. Is that it on that? All right, give me 1 Corinthians chapter 2. We almost done. I ain't gonna hold y'all here all night. Yeah, and that's what we got to get into the spirit. That go back to what I was saying. The law gives you the spirit of like the movie Matrix, where you understand, you see stuff coming before it comes. That's the strength, the superpower you get in following the truth. You know what I'm saying? Once you follow these laws, you want to get them in you to where you already automatically see a pork commercial, it pisses you off. You see a brother, a sister mess around with her husband. I work at a nightclub. I have to walk outside sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Because your spirit shouldn't resonate with certain stuff. And you don't get that to that point until you stop saying, like, I'll give you a perfect example. When I found out we couldn't eat tuna no more. You know, I'm sitting there, no lie, I'm sitting there watching across the line. And I'm a young man. I'm like I'm in the truth. Can't eat tuna. What? I had a tuna salad in front of me, and I'm sitting up there like, what? I almost called in trying to be one of them. Everybody said, no, he right.
I ain't even know why. I put it down. You know what I'm saying? I look back now, okay, they not clean, they can't clean their body out. It's not a healthy thing. It makes sense. But I remember at the time, I said, I'm in this because I really just put that tuna salad down. You know what I'm saying? I knew, okay, I really want to do this. You know, that's how I knew and that's, you got to get to that point where you say, you got to want to do it in the dark. That's the only way it's going to work. If it's not something you personally want to accomplish, it's not going to work. If it's something just temporary, it's a phase, you're not willing to get nothing up for it and keep to them laws, it's going to be a phase every time. All right? Get that for me. You gonna say something, brother? Okay, go ahead. What's yeah, start on one. Start at one. Yeah.
1 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 1. And I, brethren, when I came to you, came not with excellency of speech or of wisdom.
Right. It ain't gonna always sound perfect when it's coming out. You know, you gotta understand these men that put these books, they didn't go to high school. You know, they didn't go to school. They was, that's what a lot of people put pressure on the thee and thou and what this. These boys was out here. They was outside all day. You know what I'm saying? They weren't in school 8 to 3 like we was. You know what I'm saying? They had it hard out here and they had this truth with them. You know what I'm saying? So it came off rough. It came off, kind of, what you just say? It came out the same way it do with us down the corner. You know, you got different types of brothers, but this truth bonds us. We got brothers who need to come in and toughen up. We got brothers who need to come in and learn how to be a little more compassionate. But that law brings us together. You know, that's the key. Go ahead.
And I, brethren, when I came to you, came not with excellency of speech or of wisdom.
Right.
Declaring unto you the testimony of God.
Right. Declaring unto you the testimony of God. Keep going.
Verse number 2. For I determined not to know anything among you save Jesus Christ, and him crucified.
Right. Keep going.
And I was with you in weakness and in fear and in much trembling. And my speech and my preaching was not with enticing words of man's wisdom.
Right. What the brother basically saying right here, I ain't gonna make you read the whole, I'm gonna drop down here. He's basically saying when he came into this truth, he felt the same thing you did. That's the key to all this, man. Understand that the brothers in this Bible, it wasn't supernatural. They just was obedient. They loved the Most High. Even though they made mistakes doing it, they were stumbling through it. They was going through it. That's what he's trying to say. I came just like you. I came stubborn. I didn't come with no education. I didn't come with all millions of dollars. It's not a pretty thing. But I'm coming with some foundation stuff to fix us. That's what he was trying to tell them. All right, keep going. My friend, what verse you on?
Verse number 4.
You want 4? Drop down. Go ahead. All right, go ahead. Okay, go drop down to verse 9. Yeah.
1 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 9. But as it is written, I have not seen, nor ear heard, neither have entered into the heart of man.
Right.
The things which God hath prepared for them that love him.
Right. What verse you on?
10 now.
Right, that's why I want to start at. So go ahead.
Verse number 10. But God hath revealed them unto us by his Spirit.
He revealed them unto us by his Spirit. So this is the thing with that. You got to understand. A lot of people in this world, they're going to get you caught up in a lot of petty conversations, right? You hear people talking about flat earth. Why is the Sabbath on a Sunday? I mean, why on a Saturday and all that crap there, right? Right. You want the mysteries of God. You have to follow the laws of God first. You have to understand them. Because what's more important is getting your brother out of drugs. It's not important what's flat earth. It's not important why dinosaurs not in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? These are questions you're going to get in this truth that keep brothers out from following God. You know, it sounds stupid, you know what I'm saying? But you got to answer them sometimes. You don't answer stupid questions all the time, but that's kind of stuff that keeps our brother. And that scripture right there is telling you, you want the mysteries of where this book came from, the mysteries of this world. You got to be obedient first. He will give them to you to make sense. You know what I'm saying? I used to worry about the whether the world was flat or round. I finally say around in there, and I got actual scientific evidence to prove what I'm saying, right? You know what I'm saying? So I didn't ever believe we came from apes. You know what I'm saying? I believe in it was an explosion. It say that when it said, let there be light. All that's in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? They didn't teach us this in school, that's connected because they didn't know. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't for them to teach. It was not it was probably some old white lady trying to teach you the Canterbury Tales and all that. You know what I'm saying? So it's not set up for you to know this kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's everything we need to write there in that book. Keep going.
God will come. But God hath revealed them unto us by his Spirit.
Right.
For the Spirit searcheth all things, yea, the deep things of God.
Right. Keep going.
Verse 11. For what man knoweth the things of man, save the spirit of man which is in him. Mm-hmm. Even so the things of God knoweth no man, but the Spirit of God.
Right. Keep going.
Verse number 12.
Right.
Now we have received not the spirit of the world, but the Spirit which is of God.
Right, right. So if you get the spirit of the world, when you see two men kissing or something, that don't bother you. That's when you got the spirit of the world on you. When you and that's what they've done to our men and women, especially our black men. Our black men are afraid to, because of women like it. We let them decide it's okay. Or vice versa. Some women are into that, women on women stuff because they think men like it. You know what I'm saying? If we get back to that being unlawful and looking down on it, it'll stop. Strip clubs will shut down very easily if men just stop supporting. It's very simple. You won't stop certain whoredom in your community. Bro, blackball the strip clubs and let it known in your city we tired of hoes ruining our households. You know what I'm saying? Say that. You know what I'm saying? And follow it. And use a scripture. It's called whoredom in the land. You got a strip club in your city. That's whoredom in the land. You know what I'm saying? So that's a ripple effect on your community. Nobody ever talks about that, man. Nobody ever the church will bring up everything about that strip. Ain't gonna talk about that strip club. He ain't gonna stop that strip club at all. He gonna keep it going because he want to stick some peaks in there, right? And that goes back to him being a lustful bastard that teaching you stuff just to get your money. All right, keep going.
Now we have received not the spirit of the world,
right,
but the Spirit which is of God,
right,
that we might know the things that are freely given to us of God.
Right. For the information that you're looking for in terms of where this stuff came from and what you're doing while you're here is freely given. No knowledge is hidden. The stuff you learn in the ISUPK is other groups that charge you $150 every 3 months to learn this stuff. You know that? A group I thought about joining, I almost paid $150 till I clicked on YouTube and saw a video of a brother in the school telling me the same stuff this dude finna charge me $150 for. And I said, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? And that was my last straw. Like, okay, no, I'm sick of this. Like, I was really finna pay because I really wanted to know. You know what I'm saying? And that's let you know something wrong, man. This information is freely given to our people because it's that vital. You know what I'm saying? Donations are always welcome, but it's freely given. You just stand up and listen and do it, and you get the benefit of it. You know what I'm saying? Keep going.
Verse number 13. Which things also we speak, not in the words which man's wisdom teacheth, but which the Holy Ghost teacheth, comparing spiritual things with spiritual.
Right. Keep going.
Verse 14. But the natural man receiveth not the things of the Spirit of God, for they are foolishness unto him. Neither can he know them, because they are spiritually discerned.
Right, the natural man. So stuff gonna come natural to you in this earth since you was a baby. You know what I'm saying? This stuff natural. You will naturally tab some, take some. You got to be taught this stuff. You got to be put in you to know to do the right thing. Nobody, a child, you let a child just raise, you let little man just raise up right there and don't tell him nothing else, and just see what happens. You know what I'm saying? You gotta and that's how we gotta look at this up and say this truth. As we come into this truth as adults, Hebrews 5:12, we have to be taught again. Whatever we thought we do, we have to be retaught. That's the time. The time is when we should be teaching. We got to be taught first. That's the only way it's gonna work. Everybody has to go through that. Christ learned. Everybody learned. You know what I'm saying? Everybody learned. Well, everybody learned the law. You know what I'm saying? At the time you had to understand it, love it. You know what I'm saying? Understand why, where it come from. Like go through those laws sometimes. Just be like, okay, I wonder why the Most High did that. I wonder why He said this is a good idea. Learn about usury. Why I say don't charge your brother interest and you can charge somebody else interest. And that's what's going on right now with the title loans and They doing what the Most High told us to do to us, stuff like that. And that stuff started to bother you. That's what should drive your zeal to want to say, I'm going. And understand, when we say stuff like the white man, the devil, and we hate the white man, the hate for that white man ain't got nothing to do with us doing nothing to him. That's for us. The hate for that white man make you a better father. It make you not go to jail. It make you not be a stereotype if you're doing it righteously. That's a righteous hate. That's the kind of hate Dave was talking about. I wasn't talking about going to hang nobody. That's why they got us. They got us in a hate group. Right. They don't understand the kind of hate we got. You fine. Most High got you. Right. Just don't come bother. We gonna defend ourselves, of course, but at the same time, it's not no KKK stuff going on. It's completely different. You know what I'm saying? Our hate is gonna make us rise up. We're gonna make us separate. We don't want to have to touch you. We don't want to be around you. You know what I'm saying? We know we have to be. You know what I'm saying? But and that's what our people misunderstand when they see us out there on the corner. What an actual hate group is. We actually a love group. We love the hell out of our people so much we gonna hate anybody else. I can't love my brothers the way I would love a heathen the same way. It's impossible. That's right. You know what I'm saying? Because it's gonna conflict. It's like me saying I loved what they say, Bin Laden in America. It's gonna conflict at some point in time, especially the day that we in. Every nation of people is getting called out. Chinese, Africans, everybody's getting called out at some point. Even the Indians ain't safe. You know what I'm saying? So everybody getting pulled out of the woodwork. So it's gonna conversation about race is gonna come up. There's no way around that. All right, keep going.
Verse 15. But he that is spiritual judges all things, yet he himself is judged of no man.
Right. So how is it possible for you not to be judged of being a man? How is that possible? Is that a Tupac? Is that Tupac? Only God can judge me? What that mean? When they say so you won't be judged of being a man.
I guess it's saying if you're spiritual, that you'll be able to judge all things, I guess, based on the law. But I guess you won't be judged by a man, you'll be judged by Yahweh, Most High.
You close. You close. Anybody else? You close. You missed one little thing, but you was close. Go ahead.
If we're not going to be judged by no man, that means we're going to be living righteously. And we're going to be living according to the law.
Yeah, that's a little more too. It's basically you're not breaking the law. So the only time you got to be judged is when you pull into the council. You're not breaking that law of God. See, that's what makes a sin makes the law valid. The fact that he made a punishment for it, that he made it something you got to pray for, made it valid. They go hand in hand. If there's no law, there's no sin. Right? You know what I'm saying? Well, there is no law, there is no sin. But if it's not allowed, don't mean it's expedient. Don't mean just go and do it. That don't mean just because let me see, just because drinking ain't unlawful, don't mean go get drunk. You know what I'm saying? Just because a man can have more than one woman, don't mean you can't go to that strip club. You can't just go picking a hoe off the street and bring it to you and join her to us. You know what I'm saying? That's a violation. You know what I'm saying? So you have to be righteous about everything you're doing, and where you will never get judged unrighteously for it. That's how that works. You know what I'm saying? Can't nobody say nothing to you if you're doing how the Most High told you to do. You go be a sleaze bucket with anything you do or choose to do. You know what I'm saying? Like ain't no tip all the time, ain't nothing wrong with going out to a club, hanging out. None of that. People tell you ain't nothing wrong with you having a woman you love and living with her without having marriage. Ain't nothing wrong with it. If you got it, ain't nothing wrong if you do got it. That's not a law. You know what I'm saying? That's the people have a small conflict about that stuff. You stay with that woman. Their paper don't mean nothing. Stay together. Keep the black family together. That's the key. You know what I'm saying? If anything, that paper broke us apart. You know what I'm saying? For the most part, people worry about money. It was a security thing. We build up trust with each other. You got to worry about that. You come. We build this kingdom up the way you got to go with gentleman behind me. He ain't gonna let you just leave your woman because you're tired of her. That's what brothers need. You know what I'm saying? He ain't gonna let that woman just leave because she want to go be a TikTok star. You know what I'm saying? That's needed in the earth. The Christian pastor will say, y'all unequally yoked. He ain't putting no money in here in 6 months. He don't care. Stuff like that. So it's needed, man. That's what got to be pushed out in the earth. Read that for me. Keep going.
This is verse 16. Mm-hmm. For who have known the mind of the Lord, that he may instruct him, but we have the mind of Christ.
Right. Go give me Galatians 2:16. And that's the key thing about this law. That the Most High gave us another level of brotherhood when he sent us his son, Yahushua. You know what I'm saying? When he brought Yahushua, he gave us a bridge that our brother Adam didn't have. You know, when Adam, he messed up. He was gone. He didn't get no second chance. That brother was out the kingdom. You know what I'm saying? So, but Yahushua gave us that chance to be able to come back. That's why he put it on paper. The brothers back then, when they messed up with the Most High, was really, you know, that was basically it. They had to survive the rest of their life, not pissing them off, you know, for the most part. But we got this book where we can kind of refer back to it when you do fall off track. And that's the benefit we got. Now, the benefit they did have, they saw more miracles. They saw more stuff going on. We don't have that. That's why it said this generation not going to get that. We're not going to get signs. We're not going to get wonders out the sky. We got what the Christian church post told us about what? What's the one? What we got? Is what they say all the time. We got faith. And it's actual real faith, though. Because that's why you follow the laws. You follow these laws with the faith that the kingdom is coming. But the beautiful part about it, you following the laws right now affect your life right now, too. So let's just say you live your whole life, like I said earlier, you live your whole life and Yahushua don't return. Your children know they are Israelite. That's a beautiful thing. You know, you got that already. That's a gift that you just broke a curse. He or she is not going to be able to say they did not know they were Israelite. We couldn't say that. We didn't know what that was. So we was 30 years old. You know what I'm saying? So that's the main thing you want to look at and then stick to that. Everything else that come with that is a plus. And that keep you from thinking, okay, I've been doing this 15, 20 years. Man, Commander, you're doing this for 30 years, man. And the organization was this when he started. Just think about that. You know what I'm saying? That's faith. Ain't no Christian pastor would have done that, man. I don't care what they say. The whole everybody leave you and you gone and you got to rebuild it and everybody folks lying on you and saying this to you and the people that brought you in and left. You know what I'm saying? Just imagine how hard that was. That was faith.
It's like,
go ahead.
Because I remember Commander Johnny said, him, his sister, Jennifer Muhammad.
Right, sister, Jennifer Muhammad, his real Tazalaya, I think he said. Yeah, it was just them three. Yeah, so they passed over me. What he said was like some lambs or some super something. You know what I'm saying? So imagine how hard that was, man. Like a lot of people couldn't go through that, man. And I think you gotta think about that when you realize what you're coming into and becoming a part of, and imagine how it's grown and we're finna go to the UK. Think about it. I'm going. Y'all going, right? Yeah, we need to go to the UK. I forgot we need to put that in the group. We got to go to the UK. We got to get that together. You two sisters, everybody go to the UK. Because we need to see them brothers. That's going to be big for us to go down there and see them brothers, man. I'm going to get my passport and everything. I think that'd be a good thing for all us to do that. And that's how big we growing. You know, so imagine 10 years from now. Yahushua came back, so we're gonna be in Switzerland, we're gonna be wherever. We ain't gonna stop. It's gonna keep going. And knowing you got something to keep you tangible to look back to say, okay, I need to do this. And keep that brotherhood and sisterhood is what keeps us going. All right, keep going.
Like I said, Galatians
2 and 16. Mm-hmm.
Galatians 2:16. Mm-hmm. Knowing that a man is not justified by the works of the law, but by the faith of Yahushua, even we have believed in Yahushua, that we might be justified by faith of Yahushua, and not by the works of the law.
Right.
But
what are the works of the law? The works of the law are punishments. That's when, if back then, for celebrating Christmas, I was supposed to kill everybody I saw celebrating Christmas. Every time I saw a homosexual on the street, I was supposed to kill him. Every time I seen a child molester, I was supposed to kill him. Or a child acting bad, I supposed to throw him off top of the roof if he was cutting up doing Passover. So that's the works of the law. So of course we can't do that, right? You'll be in jail. No Israelite would be free. We would have our kingdom behind bars. You know, that's kind of how that would work. So we got a gracious God. He know the place we was gonna be at right now. So those works, you're not justified by doing them kind of works. And why here in the Old Testament, Israelites say he don't believe in Christ. But why you not in jail? How are you out right now? How are you murdered? How are you murdered right now? how you murder right now, and how you out right now as a murderer, basically, because you had to kill everybody. You know what I'm saying? Men, women, children, white people, interracial couples. You got to slay them on the street corner. You know, you're not out. So those works are done away with, right? So what you do now was you just rebuke your brother. You just tell your brother and sister, let them know, and the blood is on their hands. Our job is to let our people know about the laws of God, and once you expose to it, it's on you now. People don't realize, like how people don't realize what just happened with Clubhouse. They was the guy Wack 100 was getting that Camzaria. Camzaria came and did what he meant to do. He had access to that many people that know about the truth now. Mission accomplished. We don't care what happened after that. You know now. You ain't got no excuse to say you don't know you Israelite. That's our job, to get it out there. It's people still walking around that don't know they're Israelite. They don't believe it. They have not seen all the evidence. That's what all the zones and everything of that all over earth for. And all them brothers in these zones, we come together by what? Keeping the laws. Yeah, man, paying attention. Well, I thought I was gonna get you right there. I thought I was gonna get you. That law brings us together, man. The fact you see this man, he care about keeping that law the same way we do. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a brotherhood that's bonded. All right. You got any questions? Anything was off topic? Anything like that? Everybody good? All right, bet. All right, I'm gonna do the security announcements here. I should have gave you before I started here. Salaki. You got them on you?
I got them on you.
Okay, you're reading for me. I'm gonna let the super read them.
Go.
You remember? All right, bet. We're gonna show the sister how to salute too. Oh yeah. You already showed her? Okay. Okay. It ain't hard at all. It ain't hard at all. Trust me, it ain't hard.
Gotcha.